this bothers you here? This one thing on my half of the table bothers you, and the 89 things on your half of the table don't? I'm going to use this time.
Hey guys, Scott from aristocob.com here.
Seth from the Shrinking Pastor at youtube.com.
No, that's not right.
/
user / Together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome. Happy April Fool's Day, but far more important is happy birthday to my little son, boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday, boy.
Thank you.
How many are you?
I'm 30.
That is unbelievable.
I know. And it is real. We're not just pulling a prank. Unfortunately, we are shutting down the channel, so we're not. Today's my birthday. From what I have heard, 30 years ago today, my parents called my grandparents and said, "Hey, he's here." And they said, "Okay, call us when it really happens."
I had to put him on the phone from the hospital to get my folks in. And that was back 30 years ago. That wasn't as easy as it is now. Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning, and I was 21 years old when you were born. 21. I think about you having your second son coming here in just a short time, and the fact that you're 30. Yeah. That's wild. I was way ahead of you.
I'm old. However, I'm pretty young for my generation. I think about that.
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
about that quite often.
Yeah.
A lot of people in my generation and the generation between
They're still in
us,
their mom's basements.
a lot of them, or if they are in relationships or are married, they're thinking still another 10 years before they want to have kids. I don't have time for that. I'm not going to be 85 at my kid's high school graduation. Not going to happen.
So,
Thankfully, it doesn't happen.
What are we smoking today? Oh, that's right.
Cube bronze.
Bronze cube, which we thought was gold when Seth opened it from
Doesn't it look kind of oldish?
From his secret Santa, and
from one of our female viewers, Angela. By the way, someone called us on that when we said, "Hey, we
don't have any female viewers."
And someone said, "Well, I'm a female viewer."
That was all based on Google Analytics, right?
According to YouTube, our viewership is 100% male, 0% female, according to YouTube on recent stats.
So either not enough of you are watching, or you should probably go check your profile because you are mislabeled.
Yeah, or you're just watching on your husband's channel. Or I think really there should be an uprising because YouTube is suggesting that you are statistically insignificant.
We don't believe that.
Not one bit.
But if you're not watching or commenting, then apparently you're ratifying that. Don't take that. Hey, invite your friends. We'd love to see you. And we're going to talk about something today that we all have in common.
Poop?
Shaving.
Oh.
We're going to talk about shaving today a little bit.
A big old spider over there.
No, where?
Over there in the other room. It's huge.
Kill the spider.
Nah.
Okay, Indiana Jones and the snakes? That's me with spiders. I am not a happy camper when it comes to spiders.
No. That reminds me of something else I want to talk about.
Camping happy or spiders?
Indiana Jones in a future episode.
And how the boulder scene was stolen from Scrooge McDuck?
No.
Did you know it was?
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg.
Did you know that it was?
No.
Yeah. That was from a 1950s
You watched
comic.
that Screen Junkies thing about that? About the boulder scene this week on YouTube?
I didn't.
There's like a 10-minute video from Screen Junkies about the boulder scene.
Did it talk about Scrooge McDuck?
No, I didn't watch it. Otherwise, I would have known they stole it from Scrooge McDuck. This smells so good.
I know it does. Nice and fruity, like all of the Cube products. So I mentioned we could talk about shaving, and the reason this came up was I settled in after some experimentation in the world of shaving, and I brought along a few things just to remind you. A couple years ago, I was talking with my uncle or my dad, was talking with somebody in my family about wanting to try a safety razor. And my Uncle Steve got word of this somehow. Again, maybe it was my dad. And he said, I have an old safety razor that you can have. I'll dig it out and send it to you. And when he sent it to me, what I found out was he bought this right before, got it as a gift, right before he went into the military in 1960. I want to say it was like 65.
Wow.
As he was preparing to go serve in Vietnam, and he never used it. So I was sent this brand new, close to 50-year-old razor. And what I experienced with this was a couple frustrations. The first one was I've never cut myself shaving more times than using this razor. Unbelievable amount of nicks. And part of that, obviously, is practice. And this is an adjustable one where not only does... I've got to figure out how this thing opens up. You know, these safety razors, they open up so you can change the stainless steel razor blade. But this one has a little number below here, a little ring that you can turn. And that adjusts how far out the blades are sticking. It puts some tension on the blade. Works a lot like the way a card scraper or hand scraper in woodworking works, where you take a flat steel and you give it a little bit of a bend, put some tension on it, and then you can scrape with it. And it can be more aggressive or less aggressive based on that. Well, that's part of what's going on with this razor. The other frustration I had with this was at the same time as I was trying this, I decided I'd go full Monty, and I would use
naked.
That. Actually, that was
shave naked.
That was not what I meant to say, but I do
shave in the shower.
I shave in the shower, so I tried using the shaving brush and the whole shaving soap and all that. And that, for a guy who shaves in the shower, was not a win. It's also very difficult to do when you travel, which I do a lot. And so I went back to
the other thing, because we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
You, at the time you were using, or I don't know if the time that you were doing this, but you were used to the gel, the Gillette
edge gel.
That really puffs up, gives you a full face of
foam.
foam.
a lot of lather.
And I remember you saying that you had a hard time with the lack of that you get from the shaving brush.
My lighter.
Here, use my lighter, bro. They had a hard time with the lack of lather that you get from the shaving brush. And that was one of the first things that threw me off. I use the shaving brush, have for about a year, love it. And I watched some YouTube videos on it. And
I know the videos.
And one of the things that was said, and it's a very good point, is that you don't need all of the lather. The lather is really just there to create a smooth surface so that you're not scraping on dry skin. And so if you treat the brush right, you have to pre-soak it in hot water, and then once you drain it, you don't need to add any water to the soap. You just shoop, and it's
so do you
lather
on your face then with the brush? Mm-hmm. You build up a lather in your face?
What?
As opposed to building up the lather in the mug. Some people will build the lather on the mug, and some will lather
I do it in
on their face.
do it in the mug.
Okay.
I
Again,
swirl it around
this
a couple
was a problem
of times.
for me in the shower, right? I still have it, a mug that I used, and I have no place to put it in the shower. I have two little teeny triangular-shaped shelves. One of them holds shampoo, the other one holds conditioner. And there was no place to put this silly thing. And it was a fail for me. Anyway, I had already been using Shave Secret, which I hear everybody on the radio is selling this now.
Yeah.
It's being talked about by everybody. And on my channel, I talked about this a couple years ago, so I was way ahead of the curve. Okay. Pick it up at Walmart. It's really cheap. And this is perfect for me traveling because it doesn't take up much room at all. I was having a problem with my Edge gel when I was flying. It was decompressing, and I'd get it. The can would be totally full, and it wouldn't dispense anything. That eliminates that problem. And you can use this under whatever lather that you're putting on too. And this really helps lubricate the skin and make the razor slide nice and smooth.
So my question for you, and I asked this question because I know what's coming up in a future video, and it relates to this. Have you looked into making this for yourself?
Yeah,
So you know what
I
goes
actually
into it.
did, because as inexpensive as it is, it's less than $4 and it lasts a long, long time. I look at stuff like that and I think,
I can do that.
$4?
Yeah, 20 cents.
Yeah, I mean, and I've seen recipes that call for olive oil, which is what they used to use for that. Just a couple essential oils, because I love the way that smells. That's got like a clove smell to it. I think it
It
is.
says menthol and clove.
I like it.
Contains vitamins A and E.
The other bonus that I found from this is my razors last a lot longer. And I suspect it's because when I finish, they're coated with a layer of oil.
And they're not getting wet.
Yeah. No, I'm still showering when I'm shaving. So they're getting wet. And I rinse them. They're getting wet. Anyway, that brings me to what has been up until now sort of the state of the art for me. And that is, I shaved with this morning. I've made fun of this. This is the Pace by Dorco. Worst named company on the planet. And what's interesting about this razor is you can buy from Dorco online.
Through Amazon, too.
Really? Mm-hmm.
Free Prime shipping.
Whoa. You can buy a bunch of different style razor blades from them. That fell into the pocket of my apron somewhere.
We've talked about this before, too. We discovered Dorco because we started doing a little bit of research into Dollar Shave Club for men,
right?
Which is phenomenal. People love them. It's great because it really...
It's convenient.
It's convenient, and the price point is so low that you don't feel bad dumping an old razor and getting a new one.
Right.
I used to especially feel really bad, and so I would use the same razor for 6 months. The same blade. I don't shave every day. I shave pretty infrequently, or used to.
Well, you're not shaving the entire face either.
Right. Entire legs, but
right.
Not the face. And so we discovered that these are the blades that they use for Dollar Shave Club for men. These are
for
the
their
razor
premium, blades, not their bottom of the line get you in the door blade.
They use the Dorco, and so you can get them directly from Dorco for cheaper.
So here's the Dorco razor that I buy, and what's interesting about this is they have a universal mounting system that you can buy anywhere from probably a 2-blade system up to this one, which is 6 blades. It has 5 blades on the front and 1 blade at the top for getting some detail points, and so you can kind of figure out what combination of blades works best for you. And but these are cheap.
Yep.
Dirt. Especially when you're comparing to buy like $13 or something like that at CVS to buy the Gillette razor. So anyway, you know how to put a razor on and pop it out. It's got the lubricating strip. Like I say, it's got the blade across the top. It's got the squeegee to help to stretch your face a little bit while you're shaving. I've been very pleased with this, and there have been no reason to change until the other day when I stumbled across Harry's.com. And what they were running is a special that has one of their razors, the handles, 3 of the blades, cartridges, and some, I don't know if it's a shaving cream, shaving oil. You had your choice, actually, of which one you wanted, which of the chemicals you wanted. And they were $15. And I thought, that's good, and free shipping for 3 blades. I'd try that just to see if it's any good. It's made in Germany, blah, 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 right? But then the Markwood in me came out, and I thought, I wonder if there's a coupon code available. And so quick Googling, and I got $5 off my $15 with free shipping. Thank you for choosing Harry's.
Pretty box.
So it came with, I'll show you that. Here you go. Came with shave cream. I'm guessing that's the handle if you want to open that up.
Just inside lies a fine razor handle and blade.
I can't wait
Use
to see
it well.
And check this out. It comes with a little clamshell cover for travel. And that is something that had bothered me about the Dorco is I just toss that into my shaving kit and it gets beat all to heck.
This is slick.
Yeah. And it comes with a total then of 3 of the shaving cartridges. So I'm sure that deal is still out there. You do have your choice, like I said, of the chemical that you buy, whether it's going to come with a shave oil or maybe it's a can of aerosol shave.
Nice orange handle.
Had a choice
Good
of colors. I could have gone with,
Blade
I think,
looks
gray. Shave
like
something
you'd
with
expect.
that. Shave your arm with that, son. I've got shaving cream if you want to try it.
No, I'm all right.
I have shave oil.
I'm okay.
So did you ever try the straight razor? Didn't you? You were going to borrow that from me at one time when you started buying the...
Maybe. No, I never have because I realized shaving technology...
I complained about it.
Shaving technology has advanced so far. Why would I bother going back to this? There's no point. I wanted to try at one point, in my mind still, a handheld straight razor, like a barber's razor.
Oh, I have a couple of those.
Sweeney Todd style.
Yeah, I have a couple of those.
And I've watched videos on that as well. But you know, that's one of those things that you do because it's kind of fun, not because it's practical.
Right.
So never have done that.
Yeah, thinking about me traveling and complaining about taking along my shaving brush, could you imagine the TSA discussion I would have with my straight razor? I don't carry it on, but you know. Yep. Anyway, in thinking about this, the thought occurred to me that, you know what, I got to give Boy something for his birthday. And so, Boy,
yeah,
while perusing the Dorco website to purchase new cartridges, I noticed that they have a new a new safety razor.
Cool.
And so,
thank you.
Happy birthday, Boy.
Dorco Prime since 19.
After all this thing, everything I've said about how horrible I think these are, I wanted to get you one.
Thank you. This set contains a shaver, travel case with a mirror, and 30 stainless steel double-edged razors. Because I would expect nothing less from Dorco. 30 razors.
Hey, look at that.
Gosh, that's got some heft to it.
Yeah. And what you will find about Dorco is they are one of the world's largest manufacturers of safety razor blades.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You show that?
Look at that handsome man.
I don't know that they can see him.
It's got a spot underneath for one of these packs of razors. Cool, thank you.
You're welcome.
I definitely will give this a try. Nah, mainly.
But when I heard that you still use your shaving brush, I thought that this might be worth.
I do, and what I would like
worth a try at least.
I would like to get a tray for a hanger for my brush.
Oh yeah. You just what do you do with it?
I sit it upright.
Handle down?
Yeah.
There are some problems with that, you know.
Yeah, it starts to bend over time.
Well, and the water runs down into the handle, and you get this puddle of stagnant water that can mold. And
I drained it out pretty.
But to your point, you'd like to get one that you could.
I'd like to get one that I can hang. Yeah.
We should make one out of wood.
Okay. I found a cool one made out of clay at one of the artisan places downtown. They made a bowl with the brush all thrown pot. And in the bowl, it had ridges around it. And I asked him about that, and he said, yeah, actually, he was just making simple, cups. Simple cups, but somebody asked him to do that so it would help with the lathering process.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Get some ridges.
Agitating.
And so he said he does that now standard. Like, that's cool. It was really cool. But yeah, I would like to get one of those. But my brush and kit was from Food Lion. I mean, it's not I think it was $12 for the kit. It's something that I thought I would just play with, and it's just now. am just now running into the end of my soap.
Remember, I bought you that soap
No, you did not. I'm running into the end of my first soap.
Seriously?
Seriously, I took your soap. I took your bar of soap, put it underneath what I had left, and just now, I'm breaking through the very center.
Oh,
I have all around the edge.
Funny.
Yeah, so that sucker lasts a long time.
We touched base. I was somewhere, And I called him up to see if he needed something from the store that I was in, whatever that was. And he said, you know what? Yes, actually, I need some shaving soap. And so we picked some up.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you didn't need it.
I thought for sure it was going to go faster than it did, and it had not. What happened, actually, I would have. It was not sticking to the bottom, so when I would go to lather, the soap was free spinning. But since I put the other puck underneath, slap that on top, don't have that problem. I've been able to use that. I think I might pry the top off now and go with the new stuff, though, because it's the two different soap styles, two different smells.
So let's acknowledge both the mythology and the reality of this whole thing with using these antique technologies. There are some people that would insist that the reason why razor blades are so fancy and expensive is because the razor companies need to come out with something new and patented that they can have and be able to advertise as being better than the other guys. And that's true. They do. They have to have that. Otherwise, all their technology would be the same. And by having something new, they get to charge more, and that more additional profit allows them to create the next great thing.
Right.
The other side of that is, you might argue that there's a line in the sand somewhere where the product was good enough, and it didn't need to get better. Some things get better again just because somebody's trying to stay ahead of the competition, not because the product needs to be better. So I would encourage you guys, if you hadn't already done this, experiment with different aspects of this. Try the straight or the safety razor. Maybe you'll like it. If you don't like the safety razor, give the Dorco razors a try. I mean,
They're
again,
great.
let's bring this back to the women folk. They have a couple women's razors as well. They have disposable razors.
They've got the one with the big thing of soap around it.
Big bar soap.
Like the Venus ones.
They have some kind of starter packages that are really good deal that include a bunch of different things. And, if you and your spouse are both shaving, you could buy one of the kits that has both male and female components in it. And they have disposable razors. They have straight or safety razors.
And one of the reasons why the Dollar Shave Club is such a smart idea, and what I like about Dorco is, their quality is close, but maybe not as great as Gillette or some of the name brand guys. I haven't found any problems with the quality. I think they're right up there. But the price is so much lower that it doesn't hurt your wallet when it starts to go bad. As soon as it starts to go bad,
change it.
Pitch it. So cheap.
I never did that when I was using my Gillette sensor. Those things were so expensive at the time.
When you're paying $20 for 4?
I was never paying that much, but that's also why I used the sensor long after the Mach whatever started coming out, because those were just outrageous. I got a free sample. I liked it. Then I priced the replacement blades and said, that's not going to happen. So, also, I guess we ought to acknowledge the other side of our viewership, and that is the beardos. And you probably haven't even watched this long into the video, but I'm going to mention you now. We still love you, but you probably have some things that you trim up, right? Wouldn't you guess? Most of the guys I know that shave are also doing a little manscaping.
I don't want to think about it. Thank you for bringing that mental image up.
I think that's the last we're going to talk about shaving for a while. Unless you report back in. I mean,
shave your head. Use Dorco. Shave your head.
I'd like to know what you think of the safety razor.
Also, don't forget if you get razor burn frequently or at all.
Peanut butter.
Nope. Deodorant.
Deodorant.
We've talked about this before.
I say I don't like using that because it gets stuck on the roof of my mouth.
To each their own, I guess. Works great if you're shaving your head and you get razor burn, or your legs, or your manscaping regions. Put a little deodorant on after you've shaved, and it totally covers up the razor burn, covers up any pain you got. It's awesome.
What do you think of this tobacco?
It's good.
It's really fruity.
It's good. It is.
This is one of those tobaccos that
I had a hard time keeping it
you
lit.
like it or you hate it. And if you don't like fruity aromatics, don't even bother, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, one more thing before we go. I did mention on a video on my channel about the
Which one?
the other one, that the rings that Knott pipes that Randy Knott is making. Let me mention that one more time, and then eventually here I'll be able to show you my ring that I've ordered. Randy is involved in an organization that he goes to Central America every year, and he digs wells for people. And he's going to Honduras, which is a place that a number of years ago got most of their infrastructure wiped out by a pretty massive hurricane. And so you got people that have to travel long, long distances to get fresh water. And we take fresh water for granted.
Yeah.
You know, thinking about showering, shaving in the shower. I stand with nice hot water pouring down my back as I'm shaving. And there are people that would be a dream to ever have that happen. Randy is raising money for his wife, and his son to go on that trip to build some wells. And he's doing that not by just saying, hey, can you give me some money? He's giving back and making rings out of U.S. currency. So check out his channel, which is Knott Home R. You can either search Knott, Knott pipes.
Just click the link in the comments.
But so you remember, his name is Randy Knott. His pipe company is Knott Pipes. His channel is Knott Home R, the letter R. Looks like Knott Homer. Mm-hmm. And you can find him. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him on Facebook. But more than just find him, go spend a few dollars, support what cool stuff he's doing, and at the same time, you get something for yourself. It's a win-win-win.
Cool.
It's a guy in the YouTube community we're supporting. It's ourselves getting some really cool swag, and we're helping a great ministry.
Cool.
So that's it. That's all I got to say.
That's all I got too.
Happy
birthday to me.
Shaving. Happy birthday, boy. You don't look really a day older than last week.
Nope, I don't. All right. Bye, guys. It's enough. It's got to stop. The dad jokes.
Make it a great week, guys.
Bye.
And gals.